The race of the day, and today's July 10th, and it's my birthday. So I hope my birthday means that we're going to win a lot of races. I'm going to do a race of the day for Keeneland, race 6. It's an allowance race, sprinting on the dirt. And you see our new feature we just added that scores this race as a 4. I'm going to continue to optimize this feature, but a 4 right now is really strong. It's a very good betting race. And if you look over here in the value, you can see why. You see a lot of horses with good value, and it's just a really interesting race. It is a little bit wide open, and I'm going to kind of walk you through how you can decide what you want to do. Now, a lot of people ask me, what horse are you going to pick? And what I'm going to show you is 5 different ways you can sort of go through this systematically to pick horses. And it's all going to be over here in the value and letter grade, okay? Now, everything from fitness to energy is certainly very, very useful. But it's more of a getting the overall context for the race and less about identifying the true value that is inside of it. So let's go through this. The first way I pick a horse is pick the horse on top. That's Candy Cornell. Now, Candy Cornell is an A and really is almost a K. In fact, I bet it missed a K barely in my program. So he's a very strong horse. And these odds might be a little inflated. He might be a better bet even at lower odds. In fact, at 2-1 or 5-2, this horse would be a great bet. And his morning line's 4-1. So watch the morning line. This horse could get bet down, but very, very strong contender. All right, the second thing I do to pick a horse is I look for the highest letter grade, the highest value that has a letter grade, and that is Rubus. Okay, Rubus the 9, who's 15-1 on the morning line. It's got a great form cycle coming in. Okay, so a horse could improve. His trainer is weak. All right, that's a concern. But if you glance over to best odds, he improves dramatically from 12-1 to 4.8-1. And based on that 4.8-1, he gets $12 of value. And that's why you see this 1 here, because this 4.8 is the best odds in this column. So he gets a C with $12 of value. All right. The third way I pick a horse is the next best letter grade with value. The next best letter grade with value is the 5, Zip on Vi, who also is a long shot. So a couple long shots here that are showing up in the first 3 horses I want to look at. This one's coming off a short layoff with a good form cycle, with a good trainer, good jockey, and is a good bet at 5-8-1. And with that form cycle, horse improves from 8 to 5-1, gets a B with an 8. Nothing wrong with taking this horse. In fact, if I was playing a tournament, this would be the horse I take. The fourth way I look at is the next best letter grade, regardless of value. The next best letter grade, regardless of value, is Almathar the 7. Also a price, okay trainer and jockey, and basically 6 to 7-1 kind of horse. Watch the tote, this horse could go up in odds. Now the fourth horse here on this sheet gets a C with a little bit of value, but is only 4.7-1, so is in the yellow category of odds off a 7-month layoff for a pretty average trainer, and his best odds decline. So this is not a horse I like, okay? So the 4 horses I like in order are 8, 9, 5, 7. Now let's take a look at a few other things. Let's look at the pace. So the pace has got 3 E horses. So pretty quick pace, including an E8 with a 101 early speed. And there's several other horses in here with early speed that's equivalent to this horse. So to me, it looks like there's a reasonable pace in this race. Of course, no guarantees. I say that sometimes someone gets an easy lead, but on paper, it looks like it should be a contentious pace. And the only horse that's not an E or an EP is the 7, who's a P1. With decent late speed and decent energy. So the race really could set up well for the 7. Okay? Now, let's finally look at energy. The top energy is the top horse, the 8 Cornell, no surprise. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4 horses, all within 5 points of that horse. So, there's no dominant horse on energy. So, I mean, I hope I explained it. Honestly, there's a lot of different ways you can go in this race, depending on the way you want to bet it. I would definitely use 8 in any horizontal serial wagers. I would use 5 and 9 in any vertical wager. And I would use 7 underneath also in vertical wagers. I would use 5, 7, 8, 9 in vertical wagers. Notice I'm not using much better the 4, who's the morning line favorite and should be wrapped up in this speed duel. So hopefully that was helpful. Shoot me an email if you got any questions or a message, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you.